Have you ever felt like your salary simply disappears before the end of the month? That no matter how much you try to save, there's always a shortage of money for what really matters? If this happens to you, it's because you're missing a plan. And today, I'm going to show you a simple method that can transform your financial life. The 50/30/20 plan. With this strategy, you'll learn how to divide your money intelligently, ensure that your bills are always paid, that you have money to enjoy life, and most importantly, that you can build wealth in the long run. If you want to break free from the cycle of living paycheck to paycheck and finally take control of your finances, stay until the end, because I'm going to teach you how to apply this rule in a practical and painless way. And at the end of the video, I have an extra tip that can accelerate your financial independence even further. So let's go. Today, you'll understand how this plan works and, more importantly, how to apply it immediately so you'll never be in the red or out of money at the end of the month again. And there's more. At the end of the video, I'll share an extra tip that can speed up your financial growth even more. So stay with me until the end, because this could be the first step toward your financial freedom. Have you ever wondered why so many people always live on the edge financially, even when they earn well? The problem isn't just income, but how money is managed. Many people spend without planning, pay bills in a disorganized way, and set nothing aside for the future. The result? Debt, financial stress, and a feeling that money is never enough. If you look around, you'll see that it's not just those with low salaries who struggle financially. Many high-income earners also live paycheck to paycheck because they don't have an efficient financial control system. The truth is, the secret to a stable financial life is not about earning more money, but about managing it correctly. And this is exactly where the 50/30/20 method comes in. The 50/30/20 rule is one of the simplest and most effective ways to organize your finances. It divides your income into 3 categories: 50% for needs, 30% for wants, and 20% for future. Here's how it works. Half of your income should be allocated to essential expenses such as housing, food, transportation, and fixed bills. This ensures that you cover your basic needs without compromising your financial stability. The 30% is reserved for your wants and lifestyle. This includes leisure, entertainment, travel, non-essential shopping, and any other expenses that bring you joy. Many people make the mistake of overspending in this category, which ends up compromising their budget. But by following this proportion, you can enjoy life guilt-free while keeping your financial health intact. The remaining 20% is your passport to financial security. This portion of your money should be directed towards savings, investments, and an emergency fund. This percentage ensures that you'll have a stable future without relying solely on your salary. This is the money that works for you, generating more income and building a solid financial foundation over time. But how do you put this method into practice? The first step is calculating your net income, which is the actual amount that reaches your bank account after taxes and deductions. If you take home 3,000 Brazilian reals per month, for example, your budget would look like this: 1,500 Brazilian reals for needs, 900 Brazilian reals for wants, and 600 Brazilian reals for the future. The next step is categorizing your expenses and understanding where your money is going. Take a look at your bank statement from the past few months and write down all your expenses. Then, place each expense into one of the 3 50/30/20 categories. This process might be a bit time-consuming at first, but it's essential for adjusting your budget. Now comes the most important part: making the necessary adjustments. If you realize that you're spending 70% of your salary on fixed expenses, it might be time to cut costs. This could mean switching to a cheaper internet plan, canceling subscriptions you rarely use, or even reconsidering an expensive rent. The goal is to fit your expenses into the recommended proportions. What if your income varies from month to month? In this case, the trick is to base your percentages on your lowest monthly income. If you make more in some months, the difference can be allocated directly to the 20% category, accelerating your financial growth even further. To make this process easier, some strategies can be very useful. One of them is using financial apps to help track your expenses and keep everything under control. There are various free options that automate this process, making financial management much simpler. Another valuable tip is to automate the distribution of your money as soon as your paycheck arrives. This can be done by setting up automatic transfers to your investment account or a separate account for variable expenses. This way, you avoid spending money impulsively before allocating it to what really matters. Now, how can you avoid falling into temptation and overspending? One effective strategy is setting clear financial goals. When you have a concrete objective, such as a trip, buying a car, or building your emergency fund, it becomes much easier to stay disciplined. Additionally, every time you're about to make a non-essential purchase, ask yourself, is this within my 30% budget for wants, or am I overspending? This simple reflection can help you avoid unnecessary and impulsive spending. And as promised, here's an extra tip to supercharge your financial growth. If you want to build wealth faster, it's not enough just to save money. You need to invest. The best way to do this is by allocating part of your 20% budget into investments that grow your money over time. Imagine you start investing 500 Brazilian reals per month in an asset that yields 10% per year. In 20 years, you will have accumulated more than 380,000 Brazilian reals without needing to increase your monthly contribution. This is the power of compound interest, the greatest ally in wealth building. The sooner you start, the bigger the impact on your future. Now that you understand how the 50/30/20 rule works and how to apply it to transform your financial life, what will you do with this information? If you made it this far, you've already taken the first step toward a safer and more stable future. But knowledge alone doesn't bring results. It only works when put into practice. So, here's the challenge. Apply the 50/30/20 method to your next paycheck and see the difference it makes in your life. And to keep learning more about financial freedom, be sure to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and share it with someone who also needs an efficient financial plan. Now tell me, which part of your budget is the hardest for you to control? Leave a comment below and let's talk.